Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. As per usual, I am jumping on my other device right now to find us live so that I can follow along. Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy 4th of July weekend. I cannot believe we are saying the 4th of July already. This is crazy. Crazy, I say. Alrighty, come on in. We're gonna just take a couple of minutes here, let everybody find us, because I know sometimes it takes Facebook just a little bit to notify people and for people to jump on and find us. But welcome. I know this is an unusual time for me, but that is because of the holiday. Tomorrow we are all going to be having fun and celebrating our nation's birthday. So I thought I would jump on today with you because I did not want you to miss out. Hello, whoever joined us. Facebook is again not showing me who joined. So welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you are here. Say hello when you jump on live. Likewise, if you're joining the replay, please say hello so I can see who stopped by so that I can say hello back. I hope everybody's got some great plans to celebrate tomorrow and enjoy your weekend. Thank you for joining me today on Thursday instead of Friday for a live on Friday. This will give you an extra day, right, to view it. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you are joining me live in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. And I'm so glad that you took some time out to either join me live or to stop by on the replay to check things out as well. Just a quick rundown of what's left here in July for classes. Next week is my Floral Impressions class, which is a product-based class. It is too late to RSVP for that, but I wanted to remind people who have signed up for the class that I will see you Monday night at 7 p.m. The second Monday of the month, I do my 10-card class. You do need to RSVP 2 weeks prior so that I can have a card kit cut and ready for you for class. The third Monday of the month is my 6-card class. We do 3 different cards, 2 of each. Again, you do need to RSVP 2 weeks prior so that I can have a card kit ready for you for class. Then the last Monday of the month, you have until this coming Monday to sign up for it. But the last Monday of July, we are going to be doing the Florals in Bloom class. And the Florals in Bloom class is one of the suite of products in the annual catalog. And it is right here on page 42 and 43 of the annual catalog. We will be focusing on the 2 bundles along with the 25 through 27 in color flat pearls, the DSP, and for the first time ever, you will be receiving 2.5 yards of each of these 5 new in color ribbons to use in the class, and you should have some left over to use at home to go along with all of your DSP and your pearls so that you can create cards when you get home. Fee for this class is $49, and it is due to me on July 7th. okay? Because I have to order those products and get those in so that I can have everything cut and prepped and ready for you for the night of class, so that when you come, you don't have to worry about any of the cutting, the measuring, all of that. I have it all done for you. You just get to follow along and make the 6 beautiful cards that we do for the product-based class. Then in August, here in the Create with Love Studio, the first Monday in August, we will be focusing on the beautiful gallery suite of products, which again is here in the annual catalog. And that suite of products can be found on page 54 and 55 of the annual catalog. Again, it is a double bundle suite. This one also has an embossing folder that coordinates with it. But in the class, you will be receiving the pressed flower motif gems, the basic beige ribbon, and a package of the beautiful Gallery 6x6 DSP. Now I laugh about this one because I have heard from several people that when they see this, they're like, I don't know if I care for that. That's kind of antique-y. I don't know. Then they come and they see the samples that I have created with this, and they have fallen in love with it. So much so that I actually am ordering my second package of this DSP already, because it is that phenomenal. Trust me, you will, once you get using it, you're gonna fall in love with it. The way Stampin' Up! Has designed this paper, it makes incredibly beautiful, quick cards. So just open your mind a little bit is all I'm saying, and I am sure you too will fall fast in love with this suite of products. This again, class will be the first Monday in August. RSVP by July 14th. Fee for that class is $46. Class will be held Monday, August 4th at 7 p.m. Then in August, the next class will be the 10-10 class, which is the second Monday of the month. The rest of August, there will be no more classes in August, as I am going to be gone on vacation. So I wanted to let you know that in August, the Beautiful Gallery and the 10-card class are the only classes that will be offered in August. But Friday, September 5th, I believe it is, we are going to be doing a catalog launch party. Yes! Can you believe it? Already we are going to be introducing another catalog. This one is our mini catalog that many of you are familiar with Stampin' Up! Having, which is toward the holidays, right? It is geared towards it. Their fall, Halloween, holiday, all the things, right? So yes, we will be having another fantastic catalog to look at. So just wanted to let you know that my catalog launch party, again, Friday, September 5th, it will be at 7 p.m. So if you'd like to attend, please let me know so that I can have a card kit cut and ready for you for the night of the party. A quick reminder, again, tomorrow's the 4th. Happy 4th, everybody. But the 10th of the month is the last day to sign up for that month's Paper Pumpkin. And I'm super excited because the one coming up here in July, the kit is called Sweeter With You Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's got a fancy decorated box. There's strawberries on the box. And there is a set of dies that some of the dies coordinate with this. And I say some because this set of dies actually coordinates with July, August, and September's Paper Pumpkins. Not that you can't use those dies for other things. You absolutely can. But Stampin' Up! Designed this set of dies with these 3 next month's Paper Pumpkins in mind. The only way you can get this set of dies is if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you're missing out. Just saying. The stamps that are included in the Paper Pumpkin are exclusive for Paper Pumpkin as well. You cannot purchase them in any publication or online. The only way you can get them is for the month. And just so you know, if a month goes by, that doesn't mean that there are extra kits left over. A lot of times the kits are sold out, so if you're not signed up before the 10th of every month, you are gonna miss out, okay? So just wanted to let you know about that. Paper Pumpkin is delivered to you in your mailbox. You don't have to go anywhere. There's a video to watch that they show you assembling the kits. There's a beautiful color printed instructions in the kits as well. And so it's really fun. If you've never stamped before, it's an excellent way to get started. July 1st, we started some new online exclusives. We as demonstrators were able to purchase them ahead of time, so I did get some of the products that are offered online now to all of you. They are online exclusives. The best way to see everything Stampin' Up! Has to offer is to go online. So how do you go online? My store is posted here on this paper, so you can type that in. It'll take you to the store, and then you can look around, okay? Click on things, go to all the different things. You want to look for online exclusives, you want to look for kits. Paper Pumpkin is there, last chance products, so much to look at. Don't miss out, okay? These online exclusives that were launched to all of you on the 1st of July are amazing. I have just received mine here within the last week, and I have not had a chance to play much with them yet, so you want to check them out. And then a quick last reminder, because time is quickly running out, there are still some kits available for Stampin' Up's first ever virtual album retreat. This retreat will be held online, and it's a 3-day event. It'll be held July 16th, 17th, and 18th. And we will be creating 12 2-page spreads. So that's 24 pages in total. And Stampin' Up! Launched into scrapbooking just about a year ago. Excuse me. And we have been growing and expanding our scrapbooking line. I have never been a scrapbooker, so I'm excited to take part in this virtual retreat because I need to learn about scrapbooking. I would like to learn and see how Stampin' Up! Is going to do this event. This event, like I said, is 3 days. It is $250. That includes everything, just about everything that you're going to need to create the pages that they're going to do. There are some additional products that you will need to do it just like they did, but you can always go rogue, we call it, right, and do your own pages. But this event is held 2 o'clock to 10:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you're Eastern Standard Time with me, we will be creating from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 12:30 at night. Now, I know, what? 12:30 in the morning? Everything is recorded. Once you have bought your kit, that is your ticket to this event. So once the event is completed, you can go back and watch the videos as much as you need to finish your pages, okay? So if a day does not work out for you to attend, that's okay. Don't not attend because of one day or a couple of hours, because like I said, once you purchase the kit, you will have the opportunity to watch that after the event is held, okay? So there are some additional stuff required, but here are a real quick glance at the layouts. So there's January, February, March, April. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Hello, that's a whole year, right? 2 pages for a whole year. What a great gift this would be for somebody. Maybe they have a new baby. Maybe they're first married. What a great gift this would be, right? To give to somebody to make it. You get the fun of creating it, and then you can gift it to somebody if you wanted to. You don't have to. You, of course, can keep it. But there are additional things you'll need, like inks, blending brushes, and I don't think I have one over here, but our blending brushes, you'll need a blending brush for one of the techniques they do. You, of course, need adhesives to glue it together. You might need some tools like a bone folder, a block, your paper scissors, of course, your paper trimmer, and then a mat, a foam mat, like the paper piercing mat for the photopolymer stamps, because there are stamps included in this kit. Everything in the kit is cut for you, so you don't need to cut. You just have to follow along. But some of the techniques and things are going to require some of these other tools. That's why they're listing them. So yeah, so if this is something you're interested in, the reason I'm saying time is running out is because the 16th is, right around the corner, really, in 2 weeks. And this needs to ship to you if you want to start with us. Again, if you don't get your kit by the time it starts, that's okay. That's okay. Tune in. Like I said, you will be able to go back and watch it and create all the pages once your kit arrives, okay? And I am sure this is going to be the first of many virtual retreats in our future. So, just wanted to share that with you. Okay, phew, that was a lot, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, I just shared with you about some online exclusives, right, that just went live. So, I am going to be using some of these products with you today to create the projects that I have for you. But there are some other things that are required as well that I'm going to use, so I want to share them real quickly with you. One of those is this set of dies. This is our Everyday Arches dies, and these dies are selling out every time we get an order in. So just saying, arches are the thing apparently this year, because every time we get an order in, like I said, they're not in very long and they sell out. So if you have not gotten these yet, you need to get these. This design can be used with any of Stampin' Up! Stamps or any stamps that you might have already at home. It is a great universal set of dies to have. There is 10 dies in this package, and this set of dies is $29. This set of dies can be found online. It is an online exclusive. So that's one of the things I'm using. I am using the 2 3/8 inch circle punch today as well. I am going to be using a package of DSP that is on the last chance list, and that is Take a Vow. It is Christmas paper. It doesn't have to be. This is universal. This one's universal. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas, but that's when it came out. It was called Take a Bow, or bow. One of those, however you would like to say it. But this is fun paper. You get several sheets of each of the patterns in this one. They are 6 by 6, and I believe this is on sale right now for $10. And it's only while supplies last, so I'm going to be using that. But our focus today is on a suite, or a bundle rather, sorry, a bundle. Our focus is on a bundle that you can get online, and it's kind of a twofer. There's 2 different packages on how you can do this. So this is how it comes. It's called the Sweet Jar. You get this stamp set in this punch, but just released on the 1st of July, Stampin' Up! Has come out with another stamp set that coordinates with this punch. So this is how you get the bundle. And if you've already got this bundle, then you're gonna want to add this stamp to it. Okay, this stamp is sold by itself. This is sold as a bundle. You can still get the punch by itself if you wish to, but when you purchase any of our bundles, it is a 10% savings to you. So this particular bundle, the Sweet Jar, this one is can be used all year long. There's Valentine's, there is St. Patrick's Day in here, there's birthday candles, there's cookies, or you can turn that into jelly beans. So it's an all-around stamp set, right, for the year. But then Stampin' Up! Came out with this one. It is called Jar of Joy for the holidays, and it coordinates with this punch. So you can have 2 stamp sets to go with this punch. This is the stamp set that I'm going to be focusing on with this punch. However, I have samples to share with you using some of the Sweet Jar products. So don't go anywhere so you can see the samples that were created using this stamp set as well. Okay? In addition to these, hold on, I have to straighten things out so we don't have an avalanche over here. In addition to those, I am also using some of the twine from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and I am using the white twine out of this pack. Okay? And then, let me see, of course you'll need your adhesives, your paper piercing mat, your stamping blocks, but let's talk about the colors that I'm going to use. We're going to use Real Red ink, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Granny Apple Green, and a little bit of Pool Party. So these are the inks that I'm going to be using today. Okay, and I have most of our stamps mounted and ready to go. Let's see. Oh, I used a little bit of a scrap piece, a little tiny scrap piece that I had left of our silver foil paper. And I'm also using a very small scrap piece of the Country Woods DSP. Alrighty, let's start with this one. We as demonstrators, we have a Facebook group that we as demonstrators can go on to. And yesterday, there was a card created by Genevieve Coe, and I fell in love with her card. So I am recreating the card that she did for all of us. I am now going to share with you. And I absolutely love this card. It's cute, it's quick, and you're gonna love it. So this piece is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2. This is thick, basic white. And so I'm gonna burnish the top of this so my card lays nice and flat. So that's my thick, basic white. Then I needed a piece of basic white that was 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of the card. Then I needed a piece of crumb cake that was 2 1/2 inches wide. The length depends on how much you like to have to hold on to punch out. But this is where I used the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and I punched out a piece of crumb cake. So there's my circle. Then you're going to need a piece of Early Espresso that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then some of that Take a Bow designer paper that is 3 by 4 1/4, and then another piece of that same that is 1/2 inch by 4. Then, yep, one more piece of scrap, again, white, that is 2 1/2 inches And this is long because I need to use it a couple times, right? We're making a few cards here together today. So I needed it for the other cards as well. So I have a 2.5 inch by 8.5 inch piece of paper that we're going to use. Now, one of the things I want to show you that she shared with us yesterday that I thought was, oh, love that, I have to share. This is our builder punch, right? Well, our pieces come apart. They're separate pieces, rather. So you can use them alone or you can use them together. Well, the builder punch punches them both out at the same time. And she showed us a little trick on how you can do that. And I need to, let me put this on how it needs to go. And then I will put it back under the camera so you can see. Right now, you might quite possibly be looking at the top of my head, and if you are, I apologize. But you want to do the smooth side facing up toward you and the line side down, touching the punch. Okay, so this is what we do. This is what she said. You look at the punch. Again, the line side goes down, the smooth side goes up. Put your stamp onto the punch, and then you're going to take your block and put it down and pick up your stamp. And the reason you do that is because it lines up with this punch. So now when you punch it, it'll punch it all at one time. You could do it separately if you wanted to, but if you want to save time, this is how you can do that. So let me bring in my paper piercing mat so that we can stamp our image on here. So I need to open up my Early Espresso ink, and I'm going to ink up the jar and stamp it over here to the side so that I can punch out, have more room to punch out some more. So there is that one. And now let's, before I punch it out, I want to do some more stamping on this. So I'm looking for my pieces. And let's see. So yes, so that goes that way. Okay, I've not used this yet, so I'm super excited. So I'm going to take the bigger image, right? Yes. And I'm going to ink it up in Early Espresso. And then look through my block, because the block and the stamp is clear, I can see to put it in my jar. And I think I'm out of view. I am sorry, you guys. I don't know how I get crowded down all the time, so I apologize. So there is my cookies in the jar. Now this is a 2-step jar. So now I'm going to take my crumb cake and I am going to ink up the 2-step to this. And now I might be out of view again because I need to line this up. Again, if you look through the block, you will be able to line this up. So there we go. There is the cookies. You probably can't see that very well, but there's the rest of the cookies for that. And you know what? I think I might have forgotten a piece of paper. Of course I did. Hold please. I'll be right back. Okay guys, sorry. Oh my gosh. I knew I was going to forget that piece because I couldn't walk it over when I pulled it out this morning. Anywho, we got it. It's all good, right? So now I'm going to put this in my punch, and because we lined this up, we're going to punch this out. There we go. So there is my jar all punched out. And now I'm going to take this one and one of my greetings, and I need my Real Red pad for this one. I am going to stamp sending a jar full of cheer. And so this is a 3/8 inch wide piece of basic white, and there is my greeting. Okay, now we just need to put this card together. This is going to go super fast. And so we are going to put adhesive on the back of this. This is going to go on our early espresso. Okay. This one, we're putting adhesive on the 1/2 inch strip of DSP. And that is going to go at the bottom of the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. That is our liner. Flip it over, put adhesive on the back of this, and this goes inside. This is where you would write your message, right? I like to bring a little bit of the outside to the inside. Your designer paper is a great way to do this. I'm going to flip this over, and we are going to put some dimensionals on the back of here. Peel off the backing, and yes, my dimensionals are not green yet. If you follow me, you know that I usually take my highlighter and color my dimensionals so that when I put dimensionals on white, because they are white, with me coloring them in with the highlighter, I can tell if I've pulled the back off from them or not. So now I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to put my jar on here, and I want my jar to be on, with dimensionals. So let's put a couple dimensionals on the jar. This is going to go on here, like so. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to snip the edge of my dimensionals, because the edge of your dimensional sheet is usable dimensional as well. So don't throw that out. I'm putting dimensional on there. Again, peel off the backing. And this is going to go on here like somebody's opening the jar, right? And, oh, you know what else I forgot to say? I'm also going to be using these, which are the iridescent faceted gems. So now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of here. This is going to go on here, like this. And then we need our greeting is going to go across the bottom. And so I'm going to just snip that off right there. And if it's not straight, I can go back and straighten it up a bit. There we go. And I'm going to put dimensional again on the back of that. So again, you could use your mini dimensionals if you've got them, or you can use your edging here. So I'm going to put one here and one over here, and then one in the middle. Okay, and so I'm going to take this let's see. Where do I want my bow? I think I am going to put that under here. And so I am going to take my glue dots and I am going to pull a glue dot off from here. And it's going to go on here, and then I will attach my bow like so. And then this is going to go across like this. This tail can be trimmed. And now we just need a gem on here, right? Or two. So I am going to take these. There are two different sizes. I am going to take the larger one, and it's going to decorate my jar. And then I'm going to take the smaller ones, and those are going to be the buttons on the gingerbread cookie. There we go. There is card number 1. Isn't that fun? I love this when Genevieve showed it. So cute. Okay, so there's card number 1. Okay, card number 2. We are going to need a piece of real red cardstock. This one is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And again, line up the corners, take your bone folder. We're going to smooth this one out like so. This idea came from Rhonda Wade. I saw her do a card yesterday, and I went, oh, that's cute. You can do that several different ways. So you are also going to need, besides the card base, you're going to need a piece for the inside. Again, basic white 4 by 5.5. Then you need a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. You are going to need a couple pieces of the Take a Bow paper that is 3.5 by 4 3/4. I'm using this design. Same design, 1/2 inch by 4 for the inside. This is where I need a piece of that silver foil, just a small piece of it. I already punched my lid to my jar out. And then I needed a piece of white that was 3 inches by 4 1/4. And those arched dies, I went ahead and cut this out already. Okay? So we are going to do a little bit of assembly here. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And this goes on this one. Okay, like so. This 1/2 inch piece, we are going to put adhesive on here. And again, that is for the inside liner. So again, a really quick way to have a coordinating card. So if you don't know what you want to put on the inside of your card, that's a great way to decorate it. And then you can have a card ready, especially if it's like you don't know if it's a thinking of you, is it a get well, you know, you could make it whatever you want. So there is that. Christmas time is a little bit easier. So now I'm going to take this, and again, this is going to go up on dimensionals. So I'm going to take this, put our dimensionals on here, peel off the backings. That is very important. If you don't peel them off, it's not going to stick. Okay, then this is going to get centered on our card like so. This one is going to get glued flat onto here. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of my arch. This is going to go in the center like that. Okay, so coming together, isn't it? So now we are going to do our stamping. So this time, where did my jar go? I do not need the lid for this one, so I'm going to remove the lid. And I am going to make my jar out of, we are going to do, yeah, red? Yeah, no, I'm going to do early espresso. Sorry. Gosh, I can't make up my mind. See, they're all too cute. So we are going to take the jar, we're going to stamp the jar bottom. There we go. And this time we are going to come in and we have this cute little stamp, which is a snowman. And I am using early espresso. And our snowman is going to go on our jar or in our jar, just like so. And I forgot, oh, I got a marker right here. Ha! So good. God is good. Okay, open up my Real Red. And there's this stamp here, which when you ink it up, it does two things. It puts the band on the top of the snowman's hat, but it also puts a scarf on the snowman. So now I'm just trying to line it up. There we go. There is our scarf and our hat on our snowman. Okay. And let's see, I have my Timid Tiger Stamp and Blend right here, and I'm going to use the light Timid Tiger end and just put a little orange nose on our snowman. And then what comes in the stamp set are these little dots. So I'm going to take Pool Party and ink up the stamp. And you know, a snowman has to have snow, right? So had to add just a little splash of snow to him. So there is that. And so now I'm going to take my punch and line this up. And punch that out. So there is our snowman. Here is our lid for that. But I need the skinny piece again. And this time we are going to do this greeting. And we are going to do this one in red as well. And this greeting from the inside says, from the stamp says, may your hearts be filled with joy. So I'm going to ink this one up. And just like the last time, we're going to stamp this on a 3/8 inch piece of basic white. Okay. There's that. And then we just need to snip this off. There we go. Let me see. We're going to do just a little bit off from that end. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, let's put this together to finish it up. So again, on the snowman jar, I'm going to put dimensionals. I bet you couldn't guess that. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now, if you run out of edging on your dimensionals, you can take a whole dimensional and of course cut it in half or smaller, whatever you need to have dimensional for smaller pieces. So we're going to take that, and this one, we are going to put this one on the jar like so. And now we need our dimensionals for our greeting. And so again, I'm going to take one of these. Let's cut it in half. Put that on there. And cut half of another, which is the edging. And it is going to go on here. So again, these products, most of the products that I'm using are online. So you need to get online and check them out. So again, this is going to go across the bottom. like this. Then I need a glue dot for my bow. And we're going to pick up a glue dot. And this bow is going to go on the top of our jar. And then again, we just need our little embellishments. So we're going to do this. So on this one, we are going to take put one up here. Let's do a small one over here. And let's do another small one over here. There we go. There is card number 2. So won't these be great cards, these first 2 cards to mass produce? They are great. Love them. Okay, are you ready? This next card takes a little bit more. This one is a fun fold card. Yep, those of you who know me know that I love me a fun fold card. So for this card, this is a style of card that I taught my downline this week on our Zoom meetings. I do Zoom meetings every week with my team. We do some stamping, we do some business, and of course we do some socializing, right? So this particular card, my friend Heidi Collins, I saw her make a card with this, and I have taken this style of card and done several others, but you are going to need a piece that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I have a piece of real red that is 3 3/4 by 5. Then you need a piece of basic white that is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. Yep, it's 1/8 inch. Then I need a piece of our Take a Bow that is 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then I need another one that is 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay, so on this one, I need to look at my directions a little bit. So, because I've only done this a couple of times. So, now I need my paper trimmer. Okay, so we are going to create our fun fold on this. Okay. And you're going to create it with these 2 pieces of DSP. So DSP 2 is 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. So we want it 4 1/4 across by 4 1/2 tall. That is very important. Okay. So now this is the 4 1/2. No. 4 1/4. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Let's start over. We need 4 1/4 wide by 4 1/2 tall. Okay, now are you thoroughly confused? 4 1/4 wide, 4 1/2 tall. With the 4 1/4 across the top, you're going to slide this over on the right hand side to 1/2 inch. Our trimmer has a scoring and a cutting blade on it. So I'm going to take the scoring blade and just gently, because the DSP can rip, I'm going to score 1/2 inch on the right hand side. Okay, then I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put the top tip of the right hand side on the cutting line, and somewhere over here on what would be the left hand side. You do not need to measure. Okay, you're just going to put this in your cutting like so on an angle. Okay, so the point is the most important part. Now I'm going to start on the DSP so that I don't bend the tip of mine, and you're going to slice that off. Okay, again, there's no measuring. You just have to make sure that you tilted it to your left. Okay, So this is what we started with. It was scored on the right hand side. Again, put it in my trimmer so that the point was in the middle, and then somewhere along this left hand edge, you just put it in and cut it, okay? It does not matter. Now, this second piece, this is my dominant piece, meaning this is the one I'm going to see the most of on my card. And this particular one is 4 1/4 wide. So there's my 4 1/4. And it needs to be 3 1/2 tall. So this is tall. So again, wide is left to right. Tall is top to bottom or bottom to top. Okay? Right, left, top, bottom. Okay? Wide, left to right. Tall, top to bottom. So 4 1/4 wide, left to right. There's my width. 3 1/2 tall. So this time I need to score at 1/2 inch on the left hand side. So I'm going to put this in, close this, and take my scoring blade again and score at 1/2 inch. Okay? And just like the first one, this time we're going to tilt it the opposite way. So this time we're starting with the left hand corner in the track, and then somewhere on the right hand side, because it dropped down, somewhere over here we are going to cut on this side, right? So I'm going to go right about here, I believe. And again, I'm starting on the DSP so that I don't bend my tip of my paper, okay? So there is that one. So let's bring them both back in. So this one is cut this direction. This one is cut that direction, okay? These two pieces are not needed. Those are scraps, okay? So now I am going to bring in this piece. This is going to be the inside of my card. And so I'm going to bring in my stamp. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to ink up these. And on the top of my paper, I'm going to stamp that image like so. And then I am going to close this one up for now. And I'm going to grab my greeting, and I'm going to grab my real red pad. I'm going to ink my greeting up. And then down here, I'm going to stamp my greeting. Okay? Yes, there is a method to my madness. Okay. So now I'm going to take this one. Shall we? No, actually, let's do our jar first. Oh, here it is. This is the card that I needed a piece of that Country Woods DSP for, so I went ahead and punched out my lid to my jar already. So on this one, I am going to take, let's do Early Espresso again. I am going to take Early Espresso and my jar, and we're going to stamp my jar. And then I'm going to go back to my Granny Apple Green and my ornaments. There they are. I'm going to ink these up, and these are going to go in, oops, my jar. Did you like that? Don't forget to throw your block, because if you don't throw your block, it won't turn out the same. Just kidding. Sorry. So this is going to go in here now. Again, you can look to see where this goes. Punch it out. Okay, now we can put this together. Are you ready? Okay, so this one, we're gonna flip it over and put adhesive on the back of this. This is going to go on here. And it's just a little bit peeking through. Okay? So now these are our scored pieces. Okay? This is the one that is scored on the right. I am going to line this up with the bottom of my card, the bottom and the left edge, and then take where that was scored and gently work it over. Now, the line is just a skosh different than where you scored it, but because it's designer series paper, you can take your fingers and bend it right where you need so it all stays lined up. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on here. This is going to go here. Oops. Make sure you line it up, like I said, with the bottom. There we go. And fold that over. Keep everything all lined up. Okay. There we go. Then you can go back and burnish it when it's done. Okay. So that is the first piece. Now we have this one. This one is also going to line up, but this time you're going to line it up with the right hand side and the bottom. And just like the last one, even though you scored it, it's going to be a skosh different. Skosh is not a measurement. That's why we didn't measure it that way. Okay? And you're going to carefully work that over so that it lines up. Okay? So let's see, how we doing? Keep it lined up. Nope. Hold on. Okay, it's not that hard. It really isn't. I know I make it look hard, but it's not. Okay, there we go. See? So now, hold that tight. Put adhesive on that scored area. Fold it over. I know you're thinking, oh, that's ugly. I don't want them to see that. Well, guess what? They're not going to. So we're going to put adhesive on the back of this. And now this is going to go on here like so. There we go. That's all lined up now. Okay. Alrighty. Alright? Everybody with me so far? Now, I am going to take, again, that 2 3/8 inch circle punch. I punched it out, and we need dimensionals on the back of this. This is going to go on the front of my card here. This one, again, we need dimensionals on the back of this. Okay. Oops. Oh, me. This is going to go on here, like so. And then we need dimensionals on this. Well, gosh. Oh, there it is, found it. I had lost my bow for this one. So again, snipping the edge. apparently the dimensionals are winning today because Kristen is struggling with them. Okay, so dimensionals on this one is going to go on our jar like so, and just like the last one, we are going to put a glue dot on our bow. We are going to put our bow on the top of the jar again, just like so. Trim it if you want. This one I think I want to trim just a little bit there. And now we just have our gems. And so this time let's do one up here. I think I'm going to stick with the bigger ones on this one just because the pattern of the paper is so busy. It kind of blends in with it. There we go. There is card number 3. So this is how it looks. Okay, so you see both sides of the paper. So now you see why I stamped that down low, because I did not want it to be up here where it could be seen. So with this style of card, because this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, you can get 4 of your bases out of one piece of cardstock. Isn't that cool? I just love that style card. Okay, let's bring our others back in, but don't go away. I have samples to show you. Okay, so there are 3 cards. Card number 1, Genevieve Coe. Card number 2, Rhonda Wade. And then I got the folding pattern from Heidi Collins, but I created this one on my own. Ta-da! Okay, tell me which one is your favorite. Which one do you like? Let's take a look at some other samples using that punch, but this time these cards are coming, like I said, out of the Sweet Jar stamp set that coordinates with it. And so this was a card we did at my 10 card class. So we made a birthday card out of it. Sorry for the glare on the packages. Then my friend Dawn did all of these, and I'm realizing now that I lost one of my cards. I had another card similar, making it out of cookies, that my friend Dawn did. We did a swap, and she did this one. Isn't this cute? Loved it. So, you know, what's better than 1 jar of cookies? Well, it's 3 jars, of course. Then those 5 beautiful in colors. Look at all these she did. She did them using our new cloud cover in color. Say that 3 times fast. Our Secret Sea, new in color. Our Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, and Darling Duckling. Aren't those cute? Then I have one more card. I used the jar, did not use the punch, but I incorporated it with another stamp set and did this. But see how you can use that jar for a few different things? I love it. Love it, love it. So those are the samples that I had to share with you today. And making sure I didn't forget anything. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today for Live on Friday, but we're live on Thursday. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July this week. Enjoy your festivities tomorrow. I know we are having an absolute blast of a day planned for tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to it. Check everything out online. Please do yourself a favor and do that. Let me know here which is your favorite card, and I will see you guys next Friday for 2 o'clock for our Live on Friday. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.